Welcome you all for ICS Maheshwari College, Dharwad. Myself, Mr. Mahalin Kamatki from the Department of Mathematics. Today, I'll be discussing on a model question paper of upcoming SSLC examination. As you all know that the new question paper pattern has 40 multiple choice questions, right? So today, I'll be discussing on the one of the model question paper. I hope our small effort will help you a lot for the upcoming examinations. I wish all the best for everyone. No need to worry, my dear students. It may be descriptive or multiple choice questions. If you are confident enough in the concepts, whatever may be the question paper mode, definitely you are going to solve it and come up with the good results. So hence, I wish you all the best for your upcoming examinations. Okay, so let's start the journey. The first question is, if linear equation in two variables x plus 2y is equal to 3 and 2x plus 4y is equal to k coincides, then the value of k is, right? So let us recall what is the condition for, I repeat, what is the condition for coincidence of any two lines. Okay, so let us observe, if two lines are coinciding, then what is the condition? A1 by A2 must be equal to B1 by B2 must be equal to C1 by C2. Okay, I'll just revise a small concept over here. If coefficients of x, y, they are in the same proportion and they are also equal to the proportionality of the constant, the ratio of the constant, then we say that the two lines are coincidence. They are coinciding each other. Suppose if this xy coefficient ratio is not equal to C1 by C2, then we say that the given two lines are parallel in nature. I hope you remember. So let us substitute the value. So from the first equation of line A1 value, that is x coefficient is 1. Second line, that is 2. Again y coefficient is 2. Again y coefficient is 4. Constant is 3. Here constant is k. So as all are in the same proportion, let me take 1 by 2 is equal to 3 by k. Now by cross multiplication, we get k is equal to 6. Right? Hence, what is the right choice in this case? In this case, my right choice is option C is correct, where k value is 6. Clear? Let's go for the next question. The value of x and y when a point lies on the linear equation 2x minus 3y is equal to 12. Right? So what do you mean by this? So they are asking for the values of x and y. When you substitute it in the equation, it will satisfy LHS and RHS. So if I'm talking about the values of x and y or solution of the equation, linear equation. Right? So I think in this case, the easiest method is trial and error method. That is the best way, right? So let us consider the linear equation 2x minus 3y is equal to 12. So let us take the first option. From the first option, x is equal to 0, y is equal to minus 3. Let me substitute here. X is equal to 0, y is equal to minus 3. I think that will sum up with the minus into minus, that is plus 9. So which is not equal to 12, hence option A is wrong. Let's go for option B. 2 into x is equal to 2, whereas y is equal to 3. See that I am trying to replace x and y from the options, right? So 2 2s are 4, 3 3s are 9, that becomes minus 5. Again, it is not equal to 12. Let's go for option C. 2 into 3, that is x is equal to 3, minus 3 into y, that is minus 2. 2 into 3, 6, minus into minus plus 3 into 2, 6, that becomes 12. I think we have answer here, right? Because we are getting a sum is equal to 12. Hence, what is the right choice in this case? Option C is correct. Let's go for the next question. The lines represented by 3x minus 8y plus 8 equal to 0 and 6x minus 16y plus 16 equal to 0 are, right? So he is asking the relation between line 1 and line 2, right? So let us consider the same. Please observe. Let me take line 1 and line 2 over here. What is line 1? 3x minus 8y plus 8 equal to 0. and 6x minus 16y plus 16 equal to 0. Fine. So understand the relation here, right? A1, B1, C1. Here A2, B2, C2. Let us write down these values. Observe A1 value 3, B1 value minus 8, C1 value plus 8. And here A2 value 6, B2 value minus 16. And C2 value is 16. So if you observe carefully, A1 by A2 is equal to B1 by B2 is equal to C1 by C2. See that all the three ratios are equal, isn't it? Observe A1 by A2, B1 by B2 and C1 by C2. All are equal to 1 by 2. All are equal anta helidre we should go for the two lines coincident. The two lines are coincident lines are there coincide each other. That becomes an option B is correct, right? So yavar now parallel anta helta idhi just try to understand when we can say that they are parallel if constants are different. I hope you are following my point. If constants are in a different ratio, then A1 by A2 is equal to B1 by B2 is both are not equal to C1 by C2. In that case, I would have taken option A as the correct answer. Let's go for the next question. The sum of two numbers is 9 and the second number is twice the first number. The equation representing the above statement is the question, right? So let us consider x and y be x and y be two numbers. What is the first statement? The sum of two numbers is 9, right? The sum of two numbers means from the condition number 1, x plus y is equal to 9. This is condition number 1. Now what is condition number 2? The second number is, that is second number we have taken it as y. So second number is twice the first number, that is y is equal to 2x, right? So what you can observe, option A, x plus y is equal to 9 and 2x is equal to y. Y is equal to 2x or 2x is equal to y. However, answer remains the same. Therefore, what is the right choice in this case? Option A is correct. Clear? Now let's go for the next question. The nth term of an arithmetic progression is given by the formula. This is very familiar question to you, my dear students. The nth term of arithmetic progression is always given by an is equal to a plus n minus 1 into d. The nth term of arithmetic progression is always given by an is equal to a plus n minus 1 into d, where a is first term, n is number of terms, d is common difference, right? So in this case, what is the right choice? The right choice is option A. The right choice is option A. The sum of first 5 natural numbers is. The sum of first 5 natural numbers is. We all know that the natural numbers are always in the form of consecutive numbers, that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 like this. The question is of only 5 numbers. I think we can easily add it. 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5. Right? So if you observe it carefully, this is nothing but sum of first 5 natural numbers, isn't it? So what will be the summation? Summation 1 plus 2, 3, 3 plus 3, 6, 6 plus 4, 10, 10 plus 5 is 15. This is method 1. Or else you can take the formula of Sm is equal to n into n plus 1 divided by 2, where n is a natural number. Where n is a natural number. N belongs to set of all natural numbers. Now here question is for 5, first 5. So 5 into 5 plus 1, 6 divided by 2, 2 1s are, 2 3s are. Once again, your answer is 15. So can use the options A, B, C, D. I think C is the right answer in this case. Option C is correct. Fine. Next. He has given a progression here. Let me write down it. -3, -1 by 2, 2 and so on up to. The question is to find the 11th term of this arithmetic progression. He has already given that the progression is in arithmetic progression. Hence, it is not difficult to understand. The first term is minus 3. Common difference is A2 minus A1 must be equal to A3 minus A2. Isn't it? So you can take A2 minus A1 here, minus 1 by 2, minus of minus 3. That becomes minus 1 by 2 plus 3. After taking LCM, 2 3s are 6 and here minus 1. So 6 minus 1 will be 5 by 2. That becomes 5 by 2. So that is common difference. Now see that what is the question? Question is all about finding the 11th term. Therefore, how to find the 11th term? P11 is equal to, or you can take A11 is equal to, A11 is equal to A plus N minus 1 into D. So that becomes 10D. Substitute the value. What is the value of A? Minus 3 plus 10 as it is. What is the value of D? 5 by 2. Minus 3 as it is. Plus 2 1s are 2 5s are. 5 into 5 is 25. 25 minus 3 is 22. So you can observe 22 means option A is correct in this question. Option A is correct. Right? Fine. So here I have not written AN formula. What is the AN formula over there? A plus N minus 1 into D. Right? The next question is the sum of first 20 odd numbers. We all know that how the odd numbers is listed or written, right? So how will you write the odd numbers? Set or progression as follows: 1, 3, 5, 7, and so on. Isn't it? The question is all about finding the sum of first 20 odd numbers. So what you have to understand? How many terms are here? There are 20 terms in this progression. So let us understand. Don't you think the sum of, to find sum of odd numbers, we need to take care first which progression it is, isn't it? Because after the progression, the sum to n terms will be defined. Now from the observation, don't you think there exists a common difference between any two consecutive terms? 3 minus 1, 2. 5 minus 3, 2. 7 minus 5, 2. So definitely common difference is 2. As it is common difference, it must be in AP. Therefore, let me take this progression is in AP. The series is in AP. Right. So as series is in AP, right? So let me take a first term. A is equal to 1. Common difference is you can take 3 minus 1 or 5 minus 3 or 7 minus 5. And how many terms are there? 20 terms are there. Now let us recall the identity. What is the identity, dear students? Sn is equal to n by 2 into 2a plus n minus 1 into d. Substitute the value. N is 20 by 2. N is 20. 2 into a value is 1 plus 20 minus 1 into d is 2. Right? So that becomes 10. 2 plus 19 into 2. Once again, we have 10 within a bracket, 2 plus 38. Now it is easy to understand. That becomes 10 into 40. Therefore, what should be the sum of first 20 odd numbers? So 400. 400 means what is the right choice in this case? Option A is the right choice. Option is the right choice. Clear?